Hey, as dog, where you get best dope on the markets. It's this morning is the 5th, November 5th. That is me in a younger man's clothes. We're going to talk about what's moving this morning, okay? And so the first one is going to be silver, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the what I sent out to clients, okay? And then okay, but this is right now. Okay, so we come down here yesterday. This was at 7:25 a.m. Total collapse. Right, down $2. I'm sorry, down a buck. I think it was a buck and a half. 47.60 to well, that was a buck break from right here. Yeah, from 48 to 46.50. So anyway, we do this. We come back down here last night. Crazy trade I have right here. Buy it with a 10-cent stop. Okay. And I'm guilty of it too, because you know what? For a client, we stepped out here, that would have been to throw the dime away, throw a dime away here. So 46.56. Okay. So it's 46.52. 46.52.60. So, it was exact. And so then here, this is what I want to point out right here, okay, with the charts. If you have the charts that are the right lines, if you're whatever, man, you're short or you're looking to buy down here or something like that, okay, but right here now, it's the same line, this 46.98, okay, and you come down here, you spend this down here, you close crappy, and it looks like dog shit, okay, and then this is the 5 p.m. bar. Okay, and that you get the range in there, right out of the box, you get a range. If you're not in there, some people want to wait till after the opening and stuff like that. I think that's what. So anyway, you come up here to this trend line, you pull back down to here now. Okay, so that would have been your risk. At this point, I guess if you didn't buy it, see, because if you would have bought it back over here, you get down here and you're at 46 double, call it, okay? And you're just like, fuck it. I'll buy a couple contracts at 46, I don't know, 66, 2 cents over that. Because now you're over this, okay? And that would have been this bar right here, okay? And then this is for the players, okay? This is for the algos, okay? It comes back down, touches this, which is the bottom light green of this up here, this olive, okay? Here, right here, see this? The olives are up there where they end, okay? Where they end. See where the orange ends? Green ends? Red ends? Also by that. That's why that's kind of important, even though it doesn't look like it. But here we didn't close under that. Okay, so that's silver. Here's a little, I got a couple candlestick lines here. This comes in at 47.17 right now. Okay, I don't think you have any kind of desire here. Where is the weekly? This was the weekly up here, 48.16. Yeah. Okay, so we're down. 48.16, So here we are, Monday, Tuesday. And this could have been the low here. What was this? What day was this? I believe this was at the end of the week. When Kramer came out. Oh, no, then this is the 28th. This is the day after. 24th. Maybe that was Friday. 26th. Okay. So go back and freeze frame that if you want to see some levels here. So let's talk about, the dollar is, see these guys, Trump's got these guys on the ropes, in my opinion. Okay. All these people that bet against the dollar, all these people that were going into BRICS, all these central banks that were buying gold. Okay. This is, So here's beans here this morning, Wednesday, hump day, 11:20, call it 11:26, 34 to 16 was the overnight. So 34 right here to 16 right here. See, 15 in the goats. See right there, 15 in the goats, and you got an orange right underneath there, okay? Now that happens to be the low. Now here we are, we just took out, I'm sorry, this is yesterday's day session, okay? And then the overnight range is 16 right here to 34. Okay, this whole here, I'll show it to you. Let's go to a daily. Okay. So then we're gonna go here. 15 indie goats. 16 and a quarter was the low. Okay. If you had it right there, you didn't get it, you know. And what was this high? 15 indie goats. Okay, 15 indie goats. So 16 and a quarter. You're over 11.15. You know, it's an even nickel. Anyway, so that's beans, soybeans. Here on the upside. Okay, so some ideas here. 11.02 on the here you got a green, and 11.45 you got a this other thick olive. But what is the pattern right there? Okay, are they selling it against my levels here? Are they selling it against my olive line at 11.34 and 5/8? Okay, high print is 5 indie goats. Okay, you got a 36 and a quarter stop because then you want to sell them up here at 44 and a half or something like that. Okay, and you got a trend line and you got a light green. Got another light green above here. Okay, so but in middle of here, this is what I mean. I don't have a lot of noise in my levels. Okay, you get them mapped out: green, orange, thin olive, thick olive, and sometimes and occasionally you'll get other stuff that are right here, like right here. You tripped off that buy breakout. That was on a Friday, and this was on what? 23. So this would have been on Wednesday. You throw a break at it, okay? You stabilize long-term trend line, long-term trend line. Chinese are coming. Beware Goldman Sachs bearing gifts. Anyway, so these are beans right here. A couple levels. This is Jan beans. Oh yeah, let's go look at the July Nove. Oh, look at this bitch. 40. Call it 42 cents. Okay, I was touting it down there at 6 indie goats over there. Okay, 6 indie goats. These are just some of the ones. If you were just leaning bullish, but you didn't want to have naked exposure, you know, because if all of a sudden you're long, all of a sudden you're down a dime or 20 cents, and you're out $1,000 for each contract you got. Okay, this would have been a safer way to play it. This is a long term here. Hang on a second. Let me do a daily here. See, remember the higher lows, you know, and then you got some long-term trend lines and that. This is in July. No, I think we had hang on a second. Here's another one. This is July, August, okay? July 26 to August 26. 1 month, okay? And we were right here. See, when we were negative, okay, I was like, you know, you're just taking a shot down here that things will eventually somehow tighten in the next, July, for July 26th. Anyway, we came down here. What is this? This is a weekly, okay? And so we had +2, +3 and a quarter, and then you could see I have all this stuff right here, okay? And let's just see on an intraday here what okay, so this would be like on an intraday. This is how the chart's here. Look at this. So you get over here. Yeah, 7 indie orders plus 7 indie orders. Yeah. And then it was July D's corn that was at -6 indie goats, I believe. So, and these were long-term olive lines. So they were in buy they were in deeply discounted value. Okay, and that's why, if you recall, Paul Tudor Jones talked about that too. He thought that, and here it is. And I would imagine he's buying this thing too, okay, as soon as you got the strength. So that is July, August beans, okay? Stick a place in to buy it, I don't know. If you're looking for summer or stick an order here, buy it at 5 1/4 cents, above all this stuff, just to get something on your cards. You're going to buy any kind of break. You're going to buy this gap, just like in beans, naked price. Let's go to the meal here. Oh, this is March here. Let's try Jan. I think Dees was cleaner. Yeah, we had the diamonds actually. You know what? Let me just see Dees here, just to give you a. Okay, that's on a. So here, pay attention here. If you're looking to sell any of these things, look at these levels here, okay? In the right-hand column, okay? And if you're on a phone and you can't, you should be able to get it on Rumble, Okay. And because Rumble allows you to actually blow up the video, the screen of the video. So that's pretty slick, man. That takes up a lot of memory if you think about it. Because now you're blowing up a video to look inside it. It's pretty good. Anyway, 323 here. This was in the D's. Hit and filled. I think this was hit and filled here, actually. Yeah, 323.30 was the high. You got filled. If you had it exactly right there. Okay. So here, this would be the green to watch, 13.5. We're just talking right in this area here, not, because we could be going back down here. We kissed an olive, okay? We could be, actually, to do that, we could go, we just looked at that in the light green here. 293 would be this one in the meal. Absolutely doable. Absolutely doable. Except I think the Chinese might be buying that stuff. Okay, let's finish off. Oh, because you didn't go to gold? See, gold, man, gold's got nothing in here, Gold's got nothing. 40, 50, 38, 75. What are you going to do in here? What are you going to do in here, okay? Because here it sold off, and then we went to all-time highs. Okay, here we sold off deeper, okay? I think it's Katie bar the door under here. Under 38 double, call it. 38 double, and then for sure, what was this at? 42? 42? What was that at? 38.42. Anything can happen. Okay? If Goldman's running a Cloward pivot, okay, they're all in on this. And now you got a Goldman guys forecasting a crash in Bitcoin. Okay? Beware of Goldman bearing gifts. They could be looking to buy it. Right? Mute the news. That is me on Twitter, actually. That'll get you to me. Mute the news. So, all right, let's wrap it up on this. Oh, we're already on 12 minutes. Okay, we had an olive line buy. This thing, whatever this was, it's 48.27. Okay, this is diesel oil, bean oil. Okay, we had a green. Here it's the high. Here it's kind of the orange is the low. Here you're just playing trend lines. Sometimes you play trend lines better. We've talked about this. And, okay, so then you kind of sell off. You gap lower the next day. You're under this. Okay, you're coming down here. You're into a couple big areas here. Okay, and then you just sit here, and this is only 20 ticks. And then what do? Right on the opening, man. Right on the opening. Right on the opening. And you come out here, and this is where we are right now, 49.50, 60. Okay, if we're crushing for bean oil, okay, and we got legitimate uses for bean oil, maybe, and that buy the bean oil, sell the, here's what that looks like. Oil share. This is, if you're bullish the bean oil and bearish the meal, okay, and I'm not saying anything, okay, this is just the vehicle that's traded. This is the oil minus the meal, okay? So that means if you buy the oil and sell the meal, going up, you make money, okay? Going down, they just crush this because the funds are selling this, and this is what it looks like in the spread also, okay? I think we went from, in the futures, didn't we go from like 54 or 52 down to 48.5? Okay, this is the oil content in there. Okay, that's oil share. All right, if you need anything, feel free to email me. You need some things for your algo. What are those? What are those diamonds, Alan? What are those sevens? Here, look at the diamonds up here. This is in the. This is actually in the smaller contract right here, the micros. Okay, because you can do some things. You run a 24-hour chart there, not over here. So, oh, sorry. Right. Always use the risk stop to stop the risk. I kind of goofed up the ending of this here. Thanks for watching.